With no fears, possibilities, cause I know they ain't there. I'm free and already occupying the streets. This way, nothing ever could be taken from me. I'm free.
Can we ask you a question about Occupy Wall Street?
If you like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of agree with what they're saying. You know, that it is completely unfair with the way things are handled within there and the way it's closed walls and nobody really sees what's going on. From that point of view, they're right. It should be more transparent. We should see more what they get up to.
This is where the federal government has designated the First Amendment zone, where 25 people or less can freely express their First Amendment rights. In 2004, both of my parents perished in Afghanistan. They fought for this country. And for me losing my life, my family, I have this little spot to say whatever I need to say because the government granted me, oh so graciously, these set of steps where I can say whatever I want to say.
The police started clearing the park every night. They wouldn't let anyone sleep at Union Square, although there have been people sleeping there for years. But now that it was occupied, they wanted no one to sleep there. So they moved everybody out of the park, the homeless people, the occupiers. So then they came down here, right over there, and they began sleeping on the sidewalk. And the police allowed them to do that for a few days, but then they no longer allowed that. So then a number of people, I guess, were sitting or attempting to sleep here, and they learned that these steps here are actually under a different jurisdiction. This is federal land.
I think what you're seeing now, if you look in Europe, is the effects of what's happening in Greece and Spain and France, is that it will get worse with the government not taking heed of what the public say, not looking at what is going on into the banking's dealings, and is actually dragging the rest of the world down with it. And the more you'll see that the government's failing, the more Occupy Wall Street movements you're going to see around the world.
Occupy all airwaves and spaces in between. Occupy the undercover and the overseen. But when occupying ain't enough and we need a next tactic, combine the global block math and see what happens. We do this for the people. We do this for the movement. Occupy America. That's what we do, and I'm free.
There are restrictions about being here. No more than 25 people. Sometimes musical instruments are allowed, sometimes they're not. It seems to be at the discretion of the United States Park Police.
We have a June 26th primary for my particular candidacy, but my candidacy is only a reflection of a movement, and our intention is to capture the House of Representatives in 2 years. So we already are thinking forward, we are moving forward, and the label Occupy itself is less important to us than the values of what brought people together, and it's the solidarity of the 99 and the solidarity of social and economic justice is what counts.
Do you work around here?
I do.
Where do you work?
40 Wall Street. It's trade unions, you know, and unions in general are trying to collectively barter for better contracts for all of their, you know, all their group members, and that's great, you know, but that's a totally separate message than the unemployed people are out here. And when you put so many separate messages together and you try to form one cohesive thought, you're not going to be able to do it. Right now you just have 10,000 angry people that are all angry about 10,000 different things, and you have no unity in any, you know, in any type of ideological message. I mean, what do you really hope to change? And why are you on Wall Street? Do you think that, like, if you stand outside and protest banks, that the bank owners are just gonna be like, ah, greed is out this year. We're totally done with greed, guys. Like, no, go down and, like, protest in Washington outside, you know. Here come your elections. Elect better representatives. Get rid of a two-party system that fights itself and never gets anything done.
Occupy represents that there's actual solidarity at all levels of some of the macro problems that have been threatening all of our security and all of our futures that usually can go, you know, ignored. Can't go ignored anymore, and I think that's the biggest difference. Coupled with the tapestry of beautiful diversity of tactics, I think those are the things that make this remarkably different and historical. Not defined by what I have or what I give to my community and humanity. I'm free. I know my identity. Really don't care what you think of me. I'm free.